Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Talking Real Estate with Champions Real Estate Team here at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Ambassador Real Estate Company. My name is Mark Wehner, the second team leader at Champions Real Estate Team. Joining me today is Russ Williams with Williams Mortgage. So we jump on here every Wednesday and give you kind of rundown what's going on in the real estate market over the last week, what we're seeing, what we think is going to happen. Ultimately, we don't have a crystal ball. We try to get you the best information as possible so you guys can make, the best decision possible for you guys. Out there when you're in the real estate market. So let's get to our graphics here, kind of give you the numbers behind what we're seeing. So over this last 7 days, we've had 387 new listings go live, and we've had 264 new contracts, so contracts that are pending, and then just over 200 happy new homeowners this week. So numbers are on par about what we had last week. I think they're down just a little bit. We had about 400 or so new listings go live. And we're up on our contracts written where we're about 240. So kind of flip-flop both directions there. And then sold homes, that's kind of indicative of what the market was doing about, 45, 30 days ago for the most part in that regard. So still fairly active market. I mean, the weather's gotten a little bit, I guess more mild. It hasn't been too cold lately. So we'll probably see some more homes come on the market. I know in our mastermind group, we have a lot of listings and things of that sort that are getting ready to come on the market, which is very, very typical for this time of year. As we head into the spring market, the March, April time frame, as the weather gets nicer, more people want to get their houses on. Kids are still in school, so parents, the ones that have the kids can go look at houses while the kids are in school. They don't have to have the kids along with them when they're looking at houses. So you kind of start seeing a lot of that activity start picking up, and it's like, oh, hey, we want to get in the house for the summer. Then it's getting to the house before, school starts and things of that sort. So looking at the big picture numbers here in the Douglas or in the Omaha and Lincoln multiple listing service. And actually, we're going to be probably adding the Fremont area in here. I know there are Fremont listings that are listed in the Omaha Lincoln MLS, but the Fremont has their own MLS as well. But I think they'll be merging with the Lincoln and Omaha, which is good. Get all that data in there. So we have just over 2,000 homes. In the Omaha and Lincoln area, breaking that down to the Omaha Metro, the Douglas Sarpy County area, we're at 1166. Existing homes, we're over the 300 mark. So those are homes that are older homes, not new construction. Number of new construction is about 864. Months of inventory ticked up a little bit on there at the 2.9. And our average sold price has dropped surprisingly from, this first part of the year down to the 310. So I think that's kind of indicative of what we talked about, is that we've seen a lot more, the average sold price. We've seen a lot of houses selling in that kind of 350 and under, 400 and under wheelhouse, where we're seeing a lot of traffic. And then we've talked, the last couple of weeks that 400 to kind of 800 is going, but not as robust as what we're seeing in that price point under 350. And then we have the upper price points above 800 are still moving in that regards as well. So, but I think that's kind of what we're seeing. We're still 7% increase over this time last year. And I think that average sold price is obviously going to probably catch back up, as we see rates kind of moderate and things of that sort. And we'll talk about that in just a second. But I still think it's a great time. Get out there. I mean, I think it's now, like I've said in weeks prior, and I know Russ and I have talked about this, is that, you don't have the huge pool of buyers that are out there right now. So if you're seriously thinking about buying a house, now's the time to do it. Don't wait for everyone else to get in the water, and from a seller's perspective, get your house on the market, be one of the few houses out there for those buyers that are ready to rock and roll. So even though you don't have a huge pool of buyers, you have a lot of, A buyers that are, A-type buyers that are ready to pull the trigger when that house comes on the market, and they're educated. They know if a good house comes on the market, they may pay a little bit more, and you may get 2 offers on a house rather than 10, and 8 of those offers are all the same. So, agents say, well, I got 15 offers on a house last year, blah, blah, blah. Well, yeah, there's 12 of them are identical. So it's like, great. You don't need 15 offers to sell your house. You need one good, strong buyer that's, paying a good, good price. And obviously from a buyer's perspective, getting that house at a good price and negotiating it in that perspective of it. So I think now is obviously a great time. I know rates, as we'll touch on, went up just a little bit, but, we talked on that, we don't have a crystal ball, but, all things are indicating that rates potentially be going a little bit lower, as we get later into the year, and you can refinance. And if you're going to be in there for a long time, it doesn't really matter. Lock in the price now at 2023 prices rather than 2025 prices, or 20, because, the graph on real estate has steadily gone up. Now, the last couple of years has been 15% increases. Are we going to see that? No. But if you're going to get a steady price, you don't rarely do you talk to anyone that says, gosh, I wish I wouldn't have bought more houses when, in 2007, when I bought my first house for 110 for a Hearthstone split entry. I would have loved to buy 10 houses, knowing what you know now, that those things are selling for 250. So it's one of those things that is, it's not, you don't you don't wait to buy real estate, you buy real estate and wait in that regard. So, but anyways, I go on a whole little tangent. But let's touch with Russ Williams here with Williams Mortgage and kind of see what's going on in the mortgage industry. So you're on mute, so just remember to unmute yourself there, Russ.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, just as you pointed out, we did see mortgage rates move up a little bit, and that's because we had a couple of pieces of economic data that are spooking the market just a little bit. We, of course, had the non-farm payroll report that happens on the first Friday of every month that shows new employment statistics across the country, and it showed a very robust job growth for the month of January. We won't know what February's report will be until the first week of March, of course. We also, just on Valentine's Day, would be yesterday, hopefully all you guys had a great Valentine's Day, we saw the retail inflation numbers a little bit hotter than what the Fed had wanted. Now, keep in mind, the inflation numbers are a backwards looking statistic. They're looking at the last 12 months to average those year over year and the prior month for the monthly numbers. And so we are seeing inflation coming down, but not quite as quickly as what expectations were. And so that surprised the markets a little bit. That combined with just this morning retail sales numbers, primarily at department stores, came in hotter than they expected for the month of January. And it's interesting, Mark, because November, December were fairly weak retail sales numbers for goods and services. And as a result, we were surprised by this morning's report. But the trend is continuing to be, as you pointed out, that interest rates will continue to moderate as we go throughout the year and as the Fed puts continued pressure on inflation to try to bring it back down. Having said that, we did see interest rates jump over the last week back to the same levels we had in October of last year. How long those hold is kind of hard to say, but just as you pointed out, buy the house and date the rate. You want to buy the house before we see too much more demand pushing prices, especially at lower price points higher. Just as there's a chart that I was looking at just this morning that was put out that as we see interest rates move upwards, we typically see demand less than just a little bit. And as we see interest rates move downwards, we see demand increase a little bit. So keep in mind, with interest rates up a little bit, this might give you a chance to buy the house. When interest rates come back down, we expect that they will. That likely is going to pull more people off the sidelines. Their borrowing power is going to be greater, and you'll have more other offers you'll have to compete with if you're willing to finance that purchase. So this is a great time to get out there and buy a house. You've got a break in the weather. It's pretty nice. Contact Mark and his team, and they'll take good care of you.
Yep. I think that's kind of all we got for today. I appreciate it. Yeah, if we can help you in any way, shape, or form in the real estate side of it, whether it's investing, buying, selling, we're happy to help you, and appreciate everyone jumping on. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to either one of us. We're happy to help, and we will see everybody next week. And